Okay guys, well this is Mrs. Vaquero again, and I am back with some straws, which you guys will be getting shortly. I found these super long straws, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably just as, if not more, excited than you are about these long straws that I found at the grocery store, and then some regular length straws. And today we're going to be building our very own kazoo out of a straw. So you should have, and if you don't have them yet, I'm going to ask those to be passed out now. You should have some lab sheets that look like this, and there's only a couple of blanks for us to write on today, here and here. Most of today is just going to be building your instrument, okay? And this tells you how to do it, but the technique can be a little bit tricky, so I'm going to demonstrate it here for you. And we're going to start with a short straw. This is just a regular drinking straw. You can do this with regular straws you pick up at Chick-fil-A or at McDonald's or any sort of fast food shop, okay? And you'll see on the direction sheet it says to bite down on one end of the straw to make it flat. And I'm going to recommend that you bite down on the end that does not have the little bendy part. It doesn't really matter too much, but it kind of works a little bit better. So flatten that out just like that. Okay. Until it's nice and flat, and you can see I've got a nice flat straw. Looks like nobody else wants to drink out of that straw now because I bit on it. Okay, and then you're going to cut the flattened end to make a V shape, and I recommend not making it totally pointy, maybe leaving a little flat on the end because it can poke your lips and your mouth, inside your mouth, if you're not careful. So I'm going to show you the shape that I made by just snipping off the ends of that flattened part. You can see it there. And you'll notice it's not totally pointy on this end right here. I left a little bit of it flat so it wouldn't poke me in the mouth. And from the side it looks like this. Okay? And then this is the technique part of it. It may take me a couple tries to get it because it's been a year since I've done this. But you got to kind of blow through the straw while you are sort of pinching closed with your lips on this little opening that you've made. And if it doesn't work right away, kind of flatten it out a little more. Take me a few tries. Let me see if I can get this. Well, I'll give this one more try. Now, if yours doesn't work on the first try, just remember that mine didn't either. Okay, and I have done this before and it does work. I'm gonna shorten mine up a little bit so you can see the length of that now. Lovely. That is our straw kazoo. So it took me a couple tries to get it just right. Be patient with yours. The technique is you got to kind of pinch down because remember, sounds are caused by vibrations, right? And what's vibrating is these two little flaps that you cut. So you can hear a really nice sound. Kiwi's looking a little perplexed here as I'm playing for him. And that's kind of a deep sound. Now I'm going to show you what happens, and you're welcome to experiment with yours like this, but if you cut it really tiny, you're only going to have a tiny one today because you only get one short straw and one long straw. I'm going to show you what happens if you change the length of the straw. And I want you to make a prediction based on last week's lab, where we had the rubber band ukulele, and we just reviewed this lab. You can hear my clock going off in the background here. And we had the pencil to change the length of the string. Okay, and if you remember, the longer string made what sort of pitch? Low or high? That's my best attempt at making the same sound. Okay, and higher pitch, okay? So we know that shorter things, when they vibrate faster, and it makes a higher pitch sound. So listen to the pitch of my kazoo as I cut it shorter. Well, if you cut it too short, it may not work anymore. So you can see the shorter it gets, the higher the pitch. So you're welcome to try that with yours today. Now, you guys are going to see my very first attempt to make a really big kazoo. So the technique's going to be the same with this long one. And just before I start, would you expect this long straw to make a low pitch sound or a high pitch sound once it's turned into a kazoo? Well, if you said low pitch, that's a pretty good guess. I'm going to flatten it out. Nice and flat there. Looks gross to drink out of, but luckily we're not drinking any sodas today. And cut off the ends, so I've got two little flaps in there that can vibrate. And let's see if I can get a sound out of this one. Well, I would say that maybe we should call this a straw didgeridoo, because it's about as low pitch as that didgeridoo instrument I brought from Africa last week. So again, you're about to do this lab, so have fun, be patient. Remember, it took me a few tries to get my high pitch and low pitch kazoo working. And today, if you're patient and you work at it, you can take home your very own straw kazoos. Well, a straw kazoo and a straw didgeridoo. So have fun, guys, and remember that short things, when they vibrate fast, make a high-pitched sound, and long things, when they vibrate slow, make a low-pitched sound. And before you leave today, make sure you label on your lab sheet which of those straws would make a high-pitched sound and which one would make a low pitch. That's all for today, and I will see you guys next science lab. Thanks for joining me and Kiwi. Goodbye.